Wasn't it like
Yeah,
that?
and also when I remember correctly, like 3 out of 4 E-Man members in the top 4, and so many E-Man players in the top cards in general. It's insane. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
they're going to start. We see the handshake.
Yep.
I'm
Very friendly handshake. And as you said, I'm also very, very hyped to see what they're playing. Because
yeah.
before the ban list, Eugen Heidt actually was playing a lot of Trickstars. He topped YCS Düsseldorf 2 with Trickstars as well. And oh no, oh boy, you can already
Yay,
tell
it's
what he's
going to
playing.
start.
I was saying like Trickstars that is kind of similar, kind of a burn deck, and it looks like Eugen Heidt actually jumped on the train
Yeah.
and is giving us some Mystic Mind burn today with that Lilith. And Lilith,
Well, chances are that he's playing Lair of Darkness structure deck.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, but I don't think so. Yeah, Lilith probably going to search out.
Oh,
Oh, he didn't activate.
and
He's-
also Tayfun decided to switch back to his signature deck, I would like
Yeah,
to say, to
Altergeist.
Altergeist.
Nice
Inter-
start with Marionetta.
yeah, but does it matter is the question, right? He sets up protocol. I mean, how can Altergeist handle Mystic Mine? Is there a thing that makes Altergeist more resistant to Mystic Mine? I don't really think so, right? There's
Well,
also
I think they can play Heavy Stormduster in the main deck.
yeah, agreed.
Seems kind of good. And yeah, then Melosig is not good. Well, at the moment he doesn't have Mystic Mine, but yeah, there he activates Lilith, right?
Exactly, and then he just goes into Metaverse, and it's usually Mystic Mine on board. But let's see whether he really is taking that route. Maybe he wants another powerful trap. I don't know which one he could choose over the possibility to
Metaverse.
get out the there it is, Metaverse.
And
But
at
does
this
he have
point, he doesn't even care about the protocol.
right,
He thinks,
absolutely.
yeah, get your +1, I get out Mystic Mine, and you can't do anything.
Yeah, we were a little scared before that. Oh, he's taking the damage? Why is he? I mean, he doesn't really care about the 1,600 damage points, but he's going to activate the metaverse at some point anyway. So why not just activating it there? That's a little weird. But a good. Oh no, I really actually the Altergeist deck is kind of nice against Mystic Mine because you have spoofing and you can just shuffle back your monster with spoofing, and then you do have 0 monsters on board as your opponent. So that is actually kind of good.
Yeah, it's very important that you don't forget the last effect of Mystic Mine, that it destroys itself in the end phase when you have the same amount of monsters like your opponent.
Yeah, exactly, and that makes that deck kind of vulnerable to that Altergeist. I mean, he needs spoofing, and it is the same old problem. Personal spoofing is not an Altergeist card, and like a lot of people that picked up the deck were always like setting spoofing with Marionetta, and I'm always like, no. I know it would be nice if it would be an Altergeist card, but it is not. So you should probably put it back into the deck. But yeah, still, if you hard draw that spoofing, that is a very good place to be in, for sure. I mean, at least if Eugen does not flip up Ojama Trio on you, because then you cannot shuffle them back. And
oh, he has another Lilith. That's very strong.
okay,
Am I right that she has 2,000 attack points when you normal summon her?
Yeah, you are right.
Okay.
And so that was kind of he could see that coming. The protocol gets rid of the Marionetta, so that was another way to get rid of the monster, making it 0/0. It's kind of a weird battle to actually get 0 monsters on board, right? Normally, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is all about putting a lot of monsters on board and dealing damage, but right now, Tayfun is trying his best actually to get all. Oh, there's the bribe.
Dark Bribe. Does he active? Oh, does Dark Bribe stop the effect?
I mean, he activated the effect on activation, so yeah. It does. And so he just sets up another metaverse? I mean, he cannot show. Oh, okay, over Traptrick, he
Traptrick.
can surely go into it. Yeah.
Okay, things you have to play around later when you know how to play against the deck is flipping up protocol in the standby phase, right? So you don't get dark bribed or judgmented and so on.
And there's also the good old wave motion cannon.
Wow.
That card that was
Old card.
introduced in Magic and Force. And I always loved to play that card in the original burn decks, like Messenger of Peace, Level Limit Area B, Wave Motion Cannon. It was a blast, and I really had fun playing these decks. It was like playing
Well,
burn.
your opponent didn't have fun, I
That
guess, but
probably is true. That is probably true. But I didn't care, and I really had fun. And Wave Motion Cannon was like a cool card back in the day. Oh, and he has
he
spoofing.
has spoofing. Very
This could
nice.
be really, really important for him.
This could be a multi-faker. Yeah, it will be a multi-faker.
At some point, it will be. And also, it is that opportunity to shuffle back his monsters to get rid of the Mystic Mine. That is a really good situation for Tayfun. I'm actually
And
curious whether.
Silky can also bounce Wave Motion Cannon, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, surely.
So if things are critical, you can bounce it back. Okay, he didn't go for multi-faker. Just wants to remove the back row.
Yeah. I'm curious to know whether Tayfun actually made that meta call for playing Altergeist again because he knew that there will be a lot of Mystic Mine decks. Because I can really see Altergeist being pretty good and pretty good of a counter against the Mystic Mine deck. Mystic Mine Burn specifically. And I mean, it could just be the case that Tayfun was like, fuck it, I want to play Altergeist again because I had so much success with it. But also he might be on a counter strategy there to actually play around the Mystic Mine deck.
It's not stupid, but you also have to consider that there are so many other decks, and can Altergeist compete against these other decks like Salamangreat or Sky Striker or Thunder Dragons or Orcus now? And I don't know his deck list, and I'm pretty curious what his other traps in his deck are, like Floodgates, Rivalry, perhaps. Maybe we'll find out.
Yeah.
But I don't think he will set it in this matchup, since there are these, I don't know the name, but it's this trap card that burns.
Balanced Judgment, you mean? No, you mean Secret Blast or
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like playing against Chainburn also was like you had to know Chainburn when you played against it, because if you didn't know the strategy of Chainburn, you would just be putting up monsters on board, and then you would get wrecked at some point. And if you do know the deck, then you just don't set a lot of cards and you just attack with one monster all the time, and then you just win versus Chainburn, because Chainburn doesn't do a whole lot on its own if you don't really play into it. And I like that comeback of Chainburn when in the Zodiac format. I think it was Oasis Prague around that time. That was a cool time where I think didn't actually one guy went first place after Swiss with Chainburn. Wasn't that the case?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I was very hyped.
yeah, it was really cool. I loved that too.
Yeah, I remember at one point Zodiac had like 4 monsters on board, and then flipping just desserts is crucial.
Yeah. So what do we get from that pot of duality? Another pot
Finally
of duality?
Some draw cards.
That's not perfect. He cannot use pot of extravagance anymore.
He can't really take the pot of extravagance. Or he can take it, but he can't activate it this turn.
Yeah.
Since, he says he has to activate it at the start of main phase 1.
Yeah.
But I think he has time.
Yeah, I do agree. And Mr. First Blood in the chat is asking that in the official terms it is written that you may not use a calculator or a smartphone only to count life points. And could this be a problem is his question. And actually, I think both players are tracking their life points written down on paper, and that calculator thing you see there is just our stream tablet, and they just type in the life points for us so that we on stream have the life points available to us. So, and Do you see that card? Oh my! It's from
It's like when when your opponent special summons a monster, you can activate a field spell from the deck, right?
exactly. That card is from
That's it.
Light of Destruction. It's
Yeah.
super old. Once more, a card that just arrives out of nowhere. Nobody expected that card to be good at any
Yeah.
time. Like
Like
really
there are
nobody.
so many cards to get out
Yeah.
Mystic Mine. It's insane.
And he even main decks this card. I saw people side decking. I think it's called something with demise, like Land of Demise.
Land of
Land
Demise,
of Demise, right? And he really plays all the ways to get into Mystic Mine. And now Tayfun actually has 2 monsters on board, but he does have double spoofing. So on the plus side, he can get rid of the 2 monsters, but on the negative side, he also cannot do damage if he just keeps getting rid of his monsters. And at some point, Tayfun Eugen might be able to actually burn for something. Like at some point, hopefully. I think Eugen really wants to draw into Ojama Trio now. Or if that set card is Ojama Trio, that would be really, really insane.
Yeah.
But it is not. And wasn't that the third Mystic Mine already? Okay, it is Demise of the Land and not Land of the Demise. Okay, the other way around. Thanks for pointing that out in the chat, guys.
Okay, I was just looking up and asking myself if he goes to link 2 to Hextia, can he shuffle back Hextia into the deck to search, though, so that I have equal monsters? But unfortunately, spoofing says you have to shuffle it back into the main deck, so
yeah,
doesn't work.
Absolutely. So
yeah,
Kokosnuss in the chat is asking
200 asks what is this duel, and we don't know either. It's insane.
Yeah, but you didn't have a lot of time to test against that.
Oh, there's
Mystic Mind.
Demise.
That is the better Demise card, I want to say. Like that Demise of the Land is pretty cool and stuff, but Card of Demise,
yeah, definitely.
Pretty nice. Just drawing 3 cards, going for it, going nuts. There's Marionetter. But the life points of Tayfun haven't really been slaughtered by Eugen in any way so far. He's still at 5,500 life points, which is pretty alright. But that is kind of a thing with the Mystic Mine burn deck. It is not really a deck that wins fast. It's just sitting on that Mystic Mine and then just stalling because your opponent cannot do anything in the usual case. And
yeah, and there you can see he's playing around Meluseek.
Yeah, wait, we have to interact because he activated Demise after activating Pot. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, that's right.
So tech guy, please stop the game. Please stop the game. We need a judge. So guys, always just tell us. And Mario, please go to the table. Oh, I see him in the background. That's not good. We need a judge right there. That is not possible to do there. I will just call our... Okay, Mario, do you hear us? Please, we need the judge very, very fast at the table because they're just making it worse and worse and worse. So please get us a judge to the table, Mario. And I will write him on WhatsApp as well. Because every second that we're losing is just...
Yeah, but thank you guys for pointing it out. At some points,
okay,
you can't
there
see
is
everything.
A judge. Okay, nice. There is a judge. And I would just tell them what happened, and he activated Demise after Pot of X. So that's always like kind of a weird scenario when the judge is joining the table and he does not even know what happened and the players don't know either, and it's just like what are we doing here? Like what happened? Okay, it's Moritz at the table, so I would just write Moritz directly. I completely forgot that he's actually the head judge today. So Demise after...
Yeah, I already wrote him.
Ah, okay, you wrote to him? Okay, perfect.
It's okay. Seems like he will get a game loss for that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe he's just scooping it up.
Yeah, could also be possible. But I think maybe they played too many cards after the Demise, and it was not repairable.
That is possible for sure, yeah. they really rushed after that demise, you have to
Yeah.
say. Like, we were like, judge. And yeah, guys, if you want to make us aware of that even faster, make sure to actually subscribe to our channel, because then you will be able to get very, very cool emojis. And one of that emojis is actually the judge emoji, and you can then just spam the judge emoji into the chat box, and then we will quickly see that we need a judge, because we were just in the flow of commentating, and sometimes it is hard to then just see these illegal plays, because we obviously assume that these top two players are doing everything right, and then we were just like, of course you cannot activate
everybody makes mistakes, right?
Yeah, of course. So but it's really like, I didn't see the chat that active today yet. Like, demise after pod. No wonder why Mystic Burn is so good at events. You don't have to beat Mystic Mind deck when they lose to themselves. a lot of good quotes right there.
I wish you could post memes into the Twitch chat. It would be amazing.
Yeah. Oh, nice. We got a sub for the third month in a row. Nice, guys. Keep it up. And a lot of emoticons are being spammed into the chat right there. And he actually used the possibility to sub to us via Twitch Prime or via Amazon Prime, because in case you don't know, if you have Amazon Prime, you just have a free sub every single month for Twitch as well. So you can just use your Twitch Prime sub for free on the Card Sports League channel, and we would really appreciate that, of course. And then you have that nice emojis. Oh, and thanks a lot, Mr. First Blood. He says that we deserve
thank you.
the amount of viewers, because, and that is right, like, competitive Yu-Gi-Oh is pretty rare to find, besides like YCSs and national championships. And some national championships do not even have a stream.
Yeah, just like the Dutch national this weekend.
Yeah,
I mean, they have a coverage, but they don't have a stream.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, now all the subs are coming out. Schattenspieler is showing off. Wagner Vierda is also there. Hello, guys. Hello to every single sub and to every single viewer in the chat. We are going for game number 2 between...
And he's starting right with Pot of Duality. Now he starts with his draw cards, not like last game.
Duster.
Oh, what is the card in the middle?
That is that Mischief card, right? Guys, can you tell us what that card in the middle is? All the Mystic Mind Burn players out there in the chat, please tell us what that card in the middle is. I think that always was like some kind of a useless card from one of these sets where you have... Oh, and he actually takes it. Nice. That was one of these useless cards from a set where you only have super rares and secret rares, I think.
Yeah, where the Valkyries came out.
Yeah, right, exactly. And nobody really cared about the card in any way.
Yeah, like... Tayfun also has to read it.
And for a second, it looked like Eugen also read it again. Like, what did it do again?
Okay,
so Ninja Phil actually tells us it's a Valkyrie card that lets you look at the top 3 cards of your opponent deck. So you can actually stack your opponent to not draw into his back row removal.
Actually, it's like for the guys, for our viewers who also play Speed Duel, it's like the skill where you can look at the top 3 cards of your opponent and shuffle them back in any order.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and actually it is a permanent spell card, so it lets you do that every single turn.
So is he just allowed to look, or can he... No, I don't think if it's permanent that he can change the order, right?
Oh yeah, it's only look. But there were different opinions in the chat. Some people were saying it is...
and now he plays Prohibition.
Okay, now it would be nice to have some kind of a voice from that. And look how Eugen is laughing. Like, I know that was a little harsh, but I had to do it.
Funny story about Prohibition. I remember Lucas telling me yesterday he also played Mystic Mind Burn at the Dutch Nationals, and he played against True Draco. And Lucas won against True Draco by activating 2 prohibitions and forbidding disciples and heritage.
That's the way to go, for sure. True Draco also kind of an interesting pick for the upcoming format. We had that deck featured in our Ultimate God Cup on Thursday, and it actually won versus the Dino deck, and it definitely shouldn't have won, but it did win in the end. And also, we were talking about it earlier. Yesterday, there was an AIG event happening over in the States, and I think it was out of top 16, the top 3 contenders, each taking 90% of the top cut spaces, were True Draco, Sky Striker, and August, which was really surprising, I think, that True Draco once again, like, I think True Draco basically is the new BA, because True Draco has been around for quite a while now.
Yeah, and everybody thought it's more like a rogue-ish deck. Sometimes it wins, but it relies on the floodgates. But now, well, it's doing its job. And 2 guys in the chat, thank you guys, posted the effect of this spell card.
Yeah.
And he actually can change the order of his opponent's deck. But he is not allowed to normal or special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except fairy monsters.
Oh, and look at that. He also has Unending Nightmare right there. So he basically drew into all of his anti cards, and nicely for him, one way to get into Mystic Mind, so he's secure to not lose because he just drew into his anti cards.
I also think Unending Nightmare is a very good card against Mystic Mindburn.
Yeah, of course it is. Because you can just pop multiple Mystic Minds with it.
Yeah, so players have been thinking, yeah, I have to play Twin Twisters, maybe Red Reboot, but actually Denko Sekka or Unending Nightmare might be better. And also a very nice card I saw yesterday is Magical Spring, where you can draw for each face-up spell or trap card your opponent controls. Yeah. So you can draw into your back row removal faster, and he activates the second prohibition. Wow.
Oh, yeah, right. And of course, Unending Nightmare is very, very good against alter guys in general, because he used spoofing, and in response, Unending Nightmare is able to respond as a quick effect, and he gets rid of that personal spoofing. So Tayfun does not only lose his monster, he also loses his spoofing. And yeah, he has to destroy that Mystic Mine, actually. Yeah, perfect. So there's Silketus, and that is 800 points of damage. Cool.
Looks like Silketus beatdown.
Yep, that could take a while. I mean, Eugen could actually play a wave motion cannon, and he would be faster in dealing damage than that Silketus. But let's see. What do we have next for Eugen? Because he actually is in kind of a good position. I'm curious to know what the 2 prohibitions are actually prohibiting.
Yeah, me too.
Like, probably Heavy Storm Duster, and yeah, the other one is kind of interesting. Anti-Hard Drew Mystic Mine.
I just thought about Silketus. I think he bounces back your own card for cost. So if Eugen wants to destroy a face-up spell or trap card from you with Unending Nightmare, you can bounce it back with Silketus, but doesn't matter now since he activated Mystic Mine.
Yep. So yes, everything ready. And yes, there again, the top 3 cards were handed over to Eugen. Oh, he's now bouncing his own monsters. Oh boy.
Oh, that's nice. He got rid of it. That's a very nice tech to play compulsory evacuation device. Insane name, by the way.
Seems like Tayfun has tagged out his deck entirely versus the Mystic Mine deck.
I remember English people freaking out over the German name of Compulse. It's Zwangsevakuierungsgerät in German, and they were like, wow, there are so many letters, I can't even read it.
Yeah, true. Like, British people couldn't even start saying that name. They would be at the second letter and be like, shit, fuck it, I'm surely not going to say that.
So yeah, he has Lilith.
Oh, now Lilith
Very
might be his plan to go back into everything.
Jealous
There's the
attack.
attack.
She has 2000, right?
I'm not. She might be halved when she's normal summoned, so she's only at 1,000.
Ah,
Yeah,
right. Yeah, she
yeah,
has
yeah,
2000 base stats, but it's half when she's normal summoned. Right.
yeah. Actually, Ninja Phyllis is pointing out that it is a known counter in the OCG to actually play Compulse. That's kind of funny, but I mean, it makes sense for sure.
I also heard that in the OCG, many stores and many players have made a gentleman's agreement not to play Mystic Mine. Well,
Is
it
that
doesn't
true?
count for the premier events, for the big events, but in the local stores, no Mystic Mine. I think, yeah, that was very, very cool.
What was the last time we had that gentleman's agreement happening in the TCG? I think the last time it was in Dragon Ruler format, or was there something after?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I remember maybe in the Shadow format, like okay, we both side out Vanity's Emptiness.
yeah,
Do you
yeah, true.
remember?
Yeah, definitely. That's true. Yeah, you're right. I mean, also just going back in time, there was obviously the Jin side out in the
Yeah,
Necros
right.
era, of course.
In
That was a
Necros.
thing as well.
Yeah.
And in the Dragon Ruler format, you bought it out Return and what was that unfair
Yeah.
trap card that you where you roll the
Sixth
dice?
Sense.
6 cents exactly.
Yeah. Very
That
cool
was
card. Was at one when it was released.
that
Cool move.
was, I mean, the guy that invented that card was just smoking some kind of illegal substance at some point because it just was just. I mean, you saw that card and you knew like that card is a blowout. Like, how could you not play that card? It was
Yeah.
impossible not to play it, and it was just. Usually, it was better than Pot of Greed. I mean, it was a trap. Okay, you could argue against that, but it was just insane. Like, I remember playing YCS London, and I didn't get my 6 cents before, so I had to buy that freaking common for £40 right at the event venue, and I was like,
40 pounds.
£40. It was insane for
I
real.
thought it was like 15 euros.
No,
What did you
no.
do?
Like really, and I mean, it was about €30 or so at that point at least. But
I remember Vanity's Emptiness being at 30 euros, but
yeah.
wow, 40 pounds.
Yeah, 6 cents was just, and I mean, it did its job for me, so I didn't want to miss it. But it just, I mean, £40 for a common was too much for me.
Imagine being it at 3 and
Yeah,
you have to buy 3 of them and the price will be even higher.
definitely.
Okay, yeah. Coming back to the game, you can see Tayfun might be in a good spot at the moment. He gets his Hextia and he got back his manifestation.
Yeah,
Looks kind of good.
and the
I'm
good thing
really
about
curious what the prohibition targets were.
yeah, and it's kind of
Probably,
nice that Hexia can also negate spell trap effects,
yeah.
so you can actually
Right
negate
after the
like
Errata.
yeah, he can actually negate the trap as well, which is already face up on the field, the unending nightmare. That could come in handy for sure if he tries to pop like a protocol or something like that again.
Okay, Eugen wants to destroy the manifestation with Unending Nightmare, but Tayfun negates it and he gets back the manifestation. That's an infinite loop. Very
Yeah,
good.
the position for Tayfun right now is pretty
Yeah, and
good, I would say.
there you can see that he has very much experience with this deck.
Yeah, of course. Like Typhoon did it all with it. He won. No, did he actually win an event with the deck? Like probably some kind of smaller events, but he definitely made second place at YCS. No, did he? Was he in the final in London?
I
No,
know that he won the German nationals last year, right? But
of course, yeah. But there he played Trickster Sky Strikers. That's
yeah,
right.
right.
And
Okay,
then he,
just a small interruption. iFux is asking how many players at the event, and there are 144 players, and they're playing 8 rounds of Swiss.
yeah. Oh, thank you, Mr. Then Yu-Gi-Oh! It was top 4. Yeah, actually lost versus Chao Ping in that top 4 battle. But there he played his Altergeist deck. And I think he had multiple tops with the deck as well. Like, he really knows how to play that
that's
Altergeist
right.
deck for sure.
And he always figures out new cards to play. Oh, mentioning new cards. Sorry, I'm kind of excited because there's this new trap card that's like Snatch Steal. What is it called? It's called I don't
Manhunt.
remember.
Everybody says Manhunt, but I think that's not the name in Germany or in Europe at all. And there was the handshake. Oh, look at it. He had more than enough to deal with his opponent. He had manifestation. He had it all. Yeah, Crackdown, actually. Yeah, exactly.
Crackdown it is.
Crackdown is the European name for it. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Nice that you all are so active today, trying to interact with us. And look there, already people joining over to the featured match table, eager to get a look on that top game between two top players, which time Bayraktar managed to win 2-0. So, Mystic Mind Burn, not the way to go, it seems like.
Yeah, Altergeist seems to have a pretty nice matchup against Mystic Mind.
Yeah, apparently it has.
And in the chat, someone said the prohibition target was probably Meluseek, and I think that's the right target to hit.
Yeah, that's fair to assume.
Yeah. In game 1, you could see that Tayfun is always playing Meluseek and recycling it with Marionetta, and seems like a reasonable target.
Absolutely. Yeah, some other guy in the chat was asking how many players we have today, and that's 144 players, as we said before. And we are actually playing 8 rounds of Swiss, which is a lot. So you can see a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! For the rest of the day. And as we have so much Yu-Gi-Oh! For the rest of the day, I would say we should just go into break right now, get our forces back on, and then we will be ready and happy for round 2. So see you after the break, guys.
See you.